adding or subtracting fractions with different denominators. The lesson. To add or subtract fractions, they need to have a common denominator. So, to begin with, we find equivalent fractions to the ones in the question with a common denominator. For example, 1/3 plus 1/4. The lowest common multiple of these denominators, 3 and 4, is 12. So, 12 is the common denominator of our equivalent fractions. We now need to find the equivalent fraction to 1/3 in twelfths. We have multiplied 3 by 4 to get 12, so we must do the same to the numerator, 1. This gives the equivalent fraction of 4/12. Now the same for 1/4. What multiplied by 4 gives 12? 3. Multiply the numerator 1 by the same amount. We now have 3/12. Now we have two fractions with a common denominator, 12. 4/12 is equivalent to 1/3. 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4. With the common denominators, we now just have to add the numerators, giving us 7/12. 3 plus 4 is 7 and the denominator stays the same. Example 2. 3/5 plus 2/7. The lowest common multiple of 5 and 7 is 35. What number have we multiplied by 5 to get 35? 7. 7 times 3. The numerator is 21. 21 over 35 is equivalent to 3/5. Looking at our second fraction, what have we multiplied 7 by to get 35? 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 over 35 is equivalent to 2/7. We now have two fractions with a common denominator of 35. To add them together, we add the numerators and keep the same denominator. 21 plus 10 is 31, and the denominator is 35. We use a similar method for subtracting fractions. Find the lowest common multiple of the denominators. Work out the equivalent fractions, then subtract the numerators. In this example, 1/3 minus 1/6, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6 is in fact 6. What have we multiplied 3 by to get to 6? 2. Multiply the numerator 1 by 2, which is 2. Since the second fraction is already in sixths, we do not need to change it. So we now subtract the numerators. 2 minus 1 is 1. The denominator remains 6. Our answer is 1/6. Final example. 5/9 minus 3/8. The lowest common multiple of 9 and 8 is 72. To get 72 from 9, we have multiplied by 8. Multiplying the numerator, 5, by the same value gives 40. To get 72 from 8, we have multiplied by 9. Multiplying the numerator, 3, by 9 equals 27. Now subtract 27 from 40, which is 13. The denominator stays the same, so our answer is 13 over 72.